I want to show you Ariel, this spirit of air. It's connected to Aquarius, and of course we have Greta here. Oh, I'm sorry, maybe you are not on camera because I changed something. Okay, well, okay, well, later. Ariel first. She is a spirit of air, and you see that she's spiraling, she's dancing, because there is a there is something magical about spiraling, and there is something very peculiar about this spirit. She creates alternative futures by dancing, by spiraling. This is her. Well, if you need a, if you need to open a path that is an alternative to the path you feel you are on, let her know. I will tell you more at the end. So just take a look at this beautiful spiraling dancing spirit. And let's proceed with Greta first, because otherwise she's jealous. Okay, now you are on camera. Yes, yeah, you are there. Yeah. Okay, everybody can see. Yeah. And today I want to just because of the connection with Aquarius, that is a sign related to freedom and also connected to a form of creativity. That creativity that help us to break some patterns sometimes and find solutions, sometimes really new paths. So sometimes it's easier to find new paths and make choices. Sometimes it looks like we have not much choices. It's like, oh, I can't move really right now from here. And so this is the point. Sometimes we are allowed to take steps. Sorry, Rita, she's really stay, but then stay there. Cats, cats are never happy. When the door is closed, they want to open the door. When the door is open, they want to close the door. Yeah, they are specialists in those kinds of why we can find just do something that only thing we want to have all the choices. They are specialists, right? Sometimes we would like to have all the choices, but it looks like nope, we can't. Well, I'm not speaking about attraction or manifestation here. I'm speaking about attitude. Sometimes where and when we don't have choices, or when it looks like we don't have choices, it looks like, okay, this is the only path. Well, imagine that the future is not just one path. Imagine that there were are 10 alternative paths. Imagine that the difference, what can make the difference and open our access to a different path, imagine if it was our attitude. If you read fairy tales, you discover that there is always someone struggling with a task, and if they are just complaining about their task or their test, the test they are going through, if they are just complaining, nobody is helping them. But when they are committed and they want to do their best, when the attitude is constructive and proactive, usually the fairies or someone from the magical realms, they go to help them. Sometimes our attitude makes the difference when apparently we have no choice. And even if we can't find another path and the path stays the same path, but our attitude changes, this makes the difference for us. And it's really like to open another path. Imagine that we all have appointments with lessons in life. And imagine that those appointments are not events, but the lessons. here. It's, yeah, I like to play with this, right? Imagine that the attitude, your attitude towards the lesson can make the difference, can help you overcome the obstacles. Wow, the queen spoke. Well, she's like this, you know? So imagine that this is what makes the difference, your attitude. So what if, instead of complaining and finding just what you hate about a situation in which you are struggling right now, or imagine that instead of complaining and feeling like a victim, that like, okay, I have no choice, I have no hope, what if you could find a bit of inner balance and just say, okay, well, this is the situation. I can't change the situation, but I can change my attitude. And maybe I can learn something about myself. I can use this situation with a bit more curiosity to discover what I can get from it. Even if I feel so, like I would like to live in a better place. I would like to, yeah, but what if you can't right now? What if you can just change your attitude, the way you deal with this situation? When you start finding an inner point of balance and alignment, yeah, then you start dancing around, like spiraling, not spiraling like in a loop. A spiral is different, it's not a loop. Actually, you can break the vicious circle and you start discovering that the circle is a spiral, giving you access, different levels. And the test, the challenge you are going through can reveal some jewel. Maybe you are realizing that you are much more resilient, or you have more resources than what you thought before. Of course, it's just a suggestion. It's a couple of thoughts, you know. I'm taking the inspiration from this moment we entered Aquarius, that is a very resourceful sign. But it doesn't matter. Sometimes Aquariuses are not identifying themselves with the sign. It's very personal again. But remember, now I'm showing you the print. This is the original I paid, and this is the print. If you need this fairy, just let me know. I will send you a link, and you can find it and print it if you need some movement in your life, and if you want to align yourself with a different path. The alignment depends on the attitude. That is the only thing we can control in our life, really. We can think, oh, I can attract this, I can manifest that. The point is going beyond the concept of attraction and manifestation that can be familiar for somebody and not familiar for others. Remember, we can align with a path instead of another. It depends on our attitude, and the attitude depends on our intentions. What we want to get from a situation. Put an intention, set an intention. Because if there is no intention, when you go through a challenge, maybe you can just feel frustrated. But if you set the intention to get the best, at least you understand, you want to understand something more about how you operate, how you internally work. Maybe you can find a hidden treasure in any challenge. This is just a suggestion, of course. I'm here to entertain you, but I am an enlightening trainer, so I want to train with a bit of lightness and putting some seed for your thoughts, just to help you find more light and lightness in your life. Okay? So, well, I hope it helps. And I hope to see you again for next Monday. And well, thank you for being here with me, and thank you also for watching it. Bye. Ciao, ciao.